Hey there, team. Welcome to a... Ooh, nice. Okay. Cool 2v2 on... What? Oh, wait. It is the Black Gate. Black Gate, yeah. I was just looking off the cliffs first. Or the hills? I would say, well, mountains. Mountains, really. Anyway, nice 2v2. Looks like we got Elves versus Evil. As I'm pretty sure... I wasn't too sure if this was written as Evil versus Evil or Evil versus Elves. But anyway, cool. We will first... come up to, well, in terms of my recording, come up for Merry Christmas. Not certain where I want to release this one. We'll see. But we've got Angmar here. Let's actually just rattle through Thanatos' army while it's lined up like this, because it's pretty dope. Blackguard there, Witches of Angmar, Gundabad Guard, double Guardians of Carn-Dûm. Actually, wait, sorry. Triple. Interesting. Okay, so he's gone for triple Guardians, and one of them has an armor upgrade, so probably sort of ran out of money to upgrade the others, but does make these guys really, really quite menacing. Not that they aren't already. Trolls of Gundabad there, Trolls of Angmar, then double Warg Riders, definitely a shout. One of these guys is in Ladris, so we want to be catching them. Or is that Lindon's colours? We'll see. Scourge Raiders, again, double armor upgrade for the Scourge Raiders is incredibly important, just to actually keep them safe, because they've got no shield, and they are just very devastating, so you want to get them to throw their axes, also jump into melee quite nicely. Pikes, Halberds, lots of Halberds, Orc Fellers, Marauders, these guys are just going to be gutted by elves for sure, and then Stalkers, of course. So yeah, nice little sort of chaff on the flank. I quite like that army for. I think it should do not too bad for elf fighting, especially because he's up toe to toe with Mirkwood here. And if this is in Ladris, then I would be a bit worried just because there's not as much AP. But he's got Harad here by JKL, so that's more than enough AP. Oh, interesting. Okay, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Serpent Guard, Southrone Lancers, the Black Serpents there. Trollmen of Harad, Champions in Afarat, the Serpent's Fangs even. Okay, cool. Alright, so we got the War Beasts of Harad, and then we also have the Mumakil. I'm actually, just because I often forget to do it, and I quite like these units, and we don't see them as often, especially not taken together. And then, of course, let's say the Mumakil and the Serpent's Guard. That's a lot of cav. That's a lot that JKL is going to have to keep his eye on. That's too much for me to handle, for sure. I couldn't deal with this much cav on the field. But hopefully he's got quite a nice sort of simple infantry line, which it looks like he does. Berserkers, Beast Tamers. So Beast Tamers are being their Halberdiers. The Berserkers, of course, AP. That's a lot of AP, but no shields. There's not a single shield here, apart from over on the far side with the Trollmen. Lightly armored, no shielding. Oh my goodness me, it's funny. Had they been set up differently, this would have been eviscerated by Mirkwood, but this is actually quite a nice Imladris fighting army. And over there, this army would have been having a lot of trouble against Imladris. Alright, okay, I like that quite a lot. Yeah, back to 1 times speed to wait until we get to the other boys, or actually I'll probably go a bit faster than that. I always like, well yeah, so the elves defending the Black Gate here after conquering, and then I guess the counterattack from these northern forces that have been off on patrol, or off on well, an assault with these numbers, of course. But I'm assuming JKL, yeah, is just lining up. Kind of cool to have the Trollmen behind, but I guess they are the more important units. You want to keep them a bit safer, you know, and they're not really, their shields aren't really going to be too useful when you've got this big a blob to defend. I think, yeah, JKL is just going to have to do his best to reach the Elven lines as quickly as possible. Maybe we might end up with a bit of like a distraction Carnifex effect, if you understand that concept. With the Mumakil, we might focus a bit too much on the Mumakil and not pour our arrows into this front line. Still, it's, if this goes the way that JKL wants it to, then this is going to be very quick over on this side. But given the real strength of Imladris, the morale strength, and the actual, yeah, just damage dealing ability, I don't know. Because I mean, these elves are not just relying on their armor; they are also relying on their, you know, just defensive skill, and they've not deployed there. Aha, okay, they have deployed together. Oh no, this is a bit scary. And there is a ballista. This is Lindon. Yeah, okay, I'm dumb. I'm a bit scared for the evil forces now. Okay, we have a ballista. those Mumakil are going to be in trouble. We're getting Lindon and Mirkwood fighting side by side, so we're getting a lot of that Elven just brutal arrow fire into JKL's, forces. Right, for Lindon pikes, just going to be really nice to hold back this Orc Swarm. Mythalon Marines, get some Javies into those heavily armored Angmar forces. For Lindon Marine support, even more Javelins onto the front line. Noldor and Guard there. Horse Lords of Ulmo. Blade Masters. The Ents. I'm very scared for the evil forces now, actually. We'll see, right. Hiri Peng. I would want to see a lot of archers. Yeah, Hiri Peng. Lots of Blades of Inventory, so I guess he's gone. Wow, very heavy into the militia forces of Mirkwood. And then he's actually got a hell of a lot of cav. Okay. This is more cav than I would have brought. But again, I'm not a big cav guy. Bows of Emendware to, pester them. Those wargs, rinse those wargs. Huntsman of Amonlank. And more Bows of Emendware. With the Sindar off the girdle there, of course. What's the formation that our man has set up here? That's sort of to be expected. Hopefully those Angmar Marauders can just absorb some fire for us. But yeah, I'm a little bit scared for the forces of evil in this rather desperate assault. But again, if the Mumakil don't get blasted by that ballista, it's quite a short battle, so I will stop if I need to, or slow down if I need to. That's actually kind of cool. That's quite a cool shot too, actually, maybe a bit cooler than the Mumakil. Because, yeah, I mean, the Blackgate, you don't see the Blackgate all that much. It's quite nice for sort of a simple 2v2 or 1v1. Ah! Double Wardens! Oh my goodness me. Well, look, Ballista. We're a little bit scared here, dude. The Serpent's Fangs are already on that Ballista. Okay. We left that Ballista way undefended. And they are right on us. Let's go at 0.7. Okay. Right. Okay, boys. This turned different very quickly. But still, those... Ooh, ouch. For Lindon Marines, our spears and melee, though. But they're not going to get their spears out immediately because they're javelins. That was 123 down to 100 and... Nope, down to 97. Ow. Get your spears out, boys. And then you can start doing some damage back to this. I'm going to go 0.6 for a second. This is just... Yeah, this is quite messy. JKL really coming with a bit of a macro approach there, which is it's not the best, of course, but it's a lot easier to handle. He's got a hell of a lot to handle right now. Ballista, he's just wanting to get those rinsed. Ashari going straight for the Sindar, very nice. Sindar not heavily armored, not shielded either, but we're getting a charge into the Ashari. The Ashari were able to pull out their blades. Ooh, mystical sorcery, lifting those scimitars up in the air. Oh no, they weren't. They didn't pull out their blades, but because of this sharp rise, we didn't actually get a charge off. The Mumakil coming around. I would be... Oh, no. Went with a little bit of a Pelennor field situation. We charged right into those cav. But the Bows of Image, we're firing away. Thanatos just coming rattling forward with everything he's got. Huntsman of Amonlank, yep, got to get pulled back. I think if we were planning to hold up in this centre here, I just feel that... sorry, there, bang my mic. Les McBurney has brought a bit too much cav to this fight. Oh dear, those poor huntsmen. Huntsmen are they are spears in melee, so they'll not die as quick to these wargs. Goodness. Just shunting the wargs back. But yeah, no, that was just eviscerated. Yeah, and they are goners. But we did lose a Mumakil, which is a great sign for the... I'm going to call them the defenders here, just because of the way that everything's set up. Let's zoom into that, just so we can actually get a better idea of what's going on here. The Ballista has been rattled, but if we deal with those Mumakil, the Ballista's not as necessary. Noldor and Guard coming forward. Again, you know, this is not going to be some... Oh, for Lindon Scouts, we didn't even see over here. They had been left off in the corner, but they did get grabbed by the Black Serpents. Black Serpents are their Lancer cav, but up against a very sort of light cavalry unit like that. But my goodness me, that was quite a menacing charge, I think. But we need to maybe get them out and pull them, you know, do something again with them before they get backstabbed by the Black Serpents. But I think their lower morale being, you know, one of the cheaper cavalry options, for Lindon anyway, they'll probably rout soon enough. Noldor Guard actually struggling here, I guess, is just the amount of AP they're up against. Just trying to keep the enemy back while all the Lindon Marines get their javelins out. I'm a little worried because the fight is deep underway on the other side. Oh, some of these pikes being caught definitely out of formation, and going toe-to-toe with those decently armoured trolls of Angmar is not a fight that the pikes want. Not at all. Things are a little bit chaotic. We can't let those Scourge raid... Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so we're pouring ammunition into the Angmar Marauders and the Gardens of Carn Dûm, which is a little bit... You know, it's not exactly what we want to be firing into, but he's probably just wanting to make sure he uses every single arrow in this case. Greenwood Rangers coming down from the hill there. They had been caught by Thanatos' forces and very badly bloodied. But they're pulling back now. The Trolls of Good and Bad trying to catch them, but they need to get back to the lines. If we lose them without, you know, them actually using their ammunition, it's going to be devastating. Huntsmen coming out for a quick charge into the approaching forces, but being chased off now. Angmar Marauders quite enjoying that fight, but the Ents are chasing away these Trolls now. We're going to get a little bit of large unit action going on here. Yeah, surely. Oh, yeah, that Troll's going for the Ent. The Ents are actually pulling back. I thought the Trolls would be for sure. This is a good shout from Harad, yeah, just trying to come down from the hilltop there. But now that he's sort of in contact with the proper front line, all these pikes are going to be very difficult, outranging the Beast Tamers. Beast Tamers sort of got that halberd range, so that's going to be, you know, getting stabbed and prodded at by the longer range pikes, even though this is quite a thin line. We really could use, as soon as those Lindon Marines have used up their ammunition, I'm sure they're going to come and shore up the defences. Those Mumbkill are all gone now. It looks like I don't know if they got their full worth out of them, but we still have the War Beasts. But I mean, again, at the same time, they would have absorbed a lot of ammunition that would have been going into the Varadran forces or these approaching orcs as well. And yeah, you're seeing all of these arrows, not all of them, of course, these ones coming straight, but a lot of these arrows are just coming up and over. These body-piercing shots blitzing through the halberd lines. What percentage are we at? We're actually closer than I would have thought for this situation. I'm interested to see how well these sort of malicious spears of Mirkwood actually go toe-to-toe with the Guardians of Carn Dûm. Surely the Guardians will be rinsing through it. Some Ents mixing it up. Looks like the Trolls are really the Ents' target here. If those giant those tree folk can batter down the large units of the enemy, that would really leave the Elves in a good condition. Elders, we need to start firing, you know, because the front line is rapidly vanishing, and we just need to get our arrows spent, preferably straight forward. Yeah, at this point, if I was one of the Elves, I wouldn't really care what I'm shooting at. I just want to make sure that I'm hitting my targets. Serpent's Fangs with their poison arrows. Something he's just going to have to be very careful with poison arrows is don't friendly fire, because you know, well, one, you hurt your boys, but two, your guys are going to be much lower morale than the Elves are here. They're going to be much more messed up by a little bit of friendly fire. Champions in Aphra going toe-to-toe with the Noldoran Guard. Shaken Noldoran Guard. Broken at 23. That is quite surprising, with the Blade Masters quite nearby them. Those Blade Masters will beat the Champions in Aphra, but alone up against all of these forces, it's a bit scary. I think like the things, we need the four Lindon Marines on this front line, but we also need to rush something up this hill. It's a little bit scary. Black Serpents battering in. Did that charge get off? No, surely not. No, it did not. And those are spears that they're up against there. So, and they're quite mixed in amongst it. The Serpent's Fangs are going to get away because they are nimble guys. Oh, javelins. Okay, that's a different story. Maybe not. Whoa! What just happened? Oh, no. That was weird. Was that like friendly fire, or was that like a... They felt like they just got this point-blank charge off. Like, while they're inside the unit, they're shaken. We need this unit to break. Elves. Wardens are just, yeah, you need to get the Warden ammunition spent. The issue with you know, when your orcs fighting elves, even when these elves are out of ammunition, oh, that's a nasty break. But even when these these elves are out of ammunition, they're still going to be difficult to deal with in melee, because you lack that that power. Or that sort of skill. Those orc fellas, I know that they're a cheap unit, but still losing about 100 of them to a break is such a shame. Yeah, like when they were sort of, they still had a lot of backup, but I guess it was just too much going on. A lot of probably range damage to dealing casualties very quickly. Let's go to 0.8. We're a little bit more on top of where things are going wild. Scourge Raiders coming through into the Elders. Oh, you would want to go for like a very lightly armored unit, but no. If you got a shot on the Elders, the Elven King, with those axes, absolutely I would. You know, yes, they're one of the more heavily armored units that Mirkwood have, but doesn't matter. I still think you want to be rattling into something like this. It doesn't look like McBurney's noticed. I would. Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to be counter-firing the Scourge Raiders at this point, but I think he has just sort of got them continuing to be either firing at will. Oh, wait, shoot, I totally forgot about the Witchers. Into the swarms of militia. What we need here is a break, and we didn't get it. Not Scourge Raiders, Elders have not got their number. We need the Elders to be going for this. They're totally exposed now. Is that going to be a break? That is not a break. Now, they basically use up all their ammunition now. But I would still target the Witchers, just because the Witchers are pretty solid in melee. Yeah, okay, right. We're eviscerating them now. But yeah, well done there for Thanatos. Getting Witchers used in a pitch battle, especially quite a wide open pitch battle like this. Yeah, okay, wow, that was a firing line. That was an absolute firing line. But no, I'm sure the Witchers don't really mind. They've used up their... Oh, wait. No. Still seeing a firing. I think he's maybe just trying to get around. Oh, wow. Okay, no, we need these guys brought down. There's still 4. Even, I mean, one Witcher shot can be absolutely devastating. How is this faring now? But, of course, what Thanatos really wanted was to get a break here. And he didn't get it. And, even though the pikes are going to be very tough to get through. Oh, okay. No, we got another good burn. Very good burn. Right into those blades of Imageware. And yeah, that's a big break. That was what we were needing from the start. But we got it now. And now the Woodland Realm Patrol are going to have to come forward from Mirkwood to shore up the lines. Now, they are pretty damn solid in melee, but up against some of these powerful Angmar, it might not be enough. Naga Stalkers, though, they're going to be easy to rinse through. Wardens of Elosterian coming forward up against the Gundabad Guard. Only 50% off the Angmar left. How is this front line faring? Looks like the Lindon forces have been victorious here. Still those Serpent's Fangs. That's a lot of Serpent's Fangs there to best in melee, but that is it. Harad have been spent over here. Anyway, I didn't actually see those war beasts. Don't quite know where they are. What's this over here? Southron Lancers running away. Over here, some Noldor Guard running away. Yeah, no. I'm not quite sure if the war beasts got used or not. Shadows. Hishari Shadows advancing now. That could be tough, especially if they start rinsing through this Warden line. Not as devastating as it can be at times, but this is... You know, we're getting to the later point in the battle now. These little blobs are just going to have to be what we take. Still fire coming out from the Witchers. Okay. Dearie me, come on, Mirkwood. We should not be letting these guys live. Especially not with Hiri Peng right there. And they're still blasting. Oh dear. That is very scary. Scourge Raiders in combat with the Elders. Yeah, those sorts of numbers, the Elders will be fine, even with as much damage as the Elders have taken. But the Scourge Raiders will deal, you know, they'll hurt them. They'll definitely hurt them for sure. And just tie them up for quite some time with that solid armor on them. You know, actually, remember their defensive skill. They're sort of these, like, assassin-y berserker units, so I can't imagine it's massive, but it won't be too bad, I'm sure. Still got the Witcher on Blackguard. That will be more than enough to deal with what's left. Oh, especially Jeepers' sake, they are very healthy. No burning from the Witcher on X on the... Ooh. Okay. General Fallen, I forgot that's going to happen. And, wow, well done, boys. Absolutely well done. Those two lads just absorbed like a full Scourge Raider axes. Thank you for your sacrifice, boys. What is your 8 again? Fury Pang engaging in melee now. As long as there's no more Witcher fire, this is still going to be very difficult. Whoa. Well done. Now, we need to chase this down a little bit, because they're going to come back. Surely they'll come back. But that is heartbreaking, and that's the armored up unit. That is absolutely devastating. From the Marines over here, how's the fight against the Serpent's Fangs going? Wait, you shoot Blade Masters. That's going to be really difficult. The Marines are just really going to away at the Serpent's Fangs, but if the Marines can just hold their attention while the Blade Masters work their way up the flank, then that might be enough. Even if this just deletes each other. So, oh, Trollmen coming in. Okay. But if that mostly just deletes each other, then everything else... Oh, there's still wargs. The orcs do still have some... Or the orcs and the Radron, Southron forces, still do have some boys left. Good and bad guards stabbing away. Yeah, just quite sturdy forces, quite defensive forces. Shadows just rattling shots in absolutely point blank. We need those Horse Lords of Umo to deal with this. I know... Oh, yeah, no. Okay, I get it, but I would go for these Ashari. I think that they are the scary force. I know what he's trying to do is just get a break here, so these guys can be freed up, but like a Stalker's breaking there, running, they probably won't be coming back. Did these guys come back? I don't see them, actually. Guardians? Guardians of Condom? Yep, there they are. Yeah, I knew they would return, but once a unit routes once, I'm pretty sure their morale is kind of shaken from that point on. Good little counter charge from the Hiri Peng, and the Hiri Peng can definitely hold this at bay until the Horse Lords can maybe come in for a quick charge again and break that force. The Elders still fighting. They actually came out of that fight a lot better than I expected them to. But it looks like Thanatos is really setting up to sort of just jab them from the side while using the last of these axes. Working their way through this line, though, are the Ents. The Ents aren't going to suffer too badly in a fight up against those Scourge Raiders. And, yeah, they'll beat their way through these Scourge Raiders. Scourge Raiders are locked morale, though, so they ain't going anywhere. They will fight to the end and take a long time for the Ents to beat. Oh, it's these shadows. Oh, good move. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. You never want to sort of turn your back to your enemy, but catching them is for sure the important thing here. Ooh, they did get a volley into them. Horse Lords, where are the Horse Lords of Umo? Still just targeting these good and bad guard. We need these shadows dealt with. 10 wargs. 10 wargs still in the field. It really is. I feel if we got those shadows killed, then that would maybe be not so much it, but that would really leave the bad guys in a nasty spot. Blade Master's still at 22. They've not suffered a single casualty. They've not been... What I'd do is pull them out, get them in from the back. JKL, yeah, if JKL kind of sort of runs away a bit, if he just leads these forces away, because they can win over here. So if he can just lead those elites off, it might be a good shout. Hiri Peng getting surrounded now. Those Blackguard as well. Not easy. Yeah, the Hiri Peng are not going to be able to... There's 2 units of Hiri Peng. There's a lot of Hiri Peng in this position. Those Guardians of Carn Doom still fighting. I should say, keep in mind, we're going at 0. When the player's dead, we're able to sort of think it out a little bit more. So there's a lot of things I might be saying that in the heat of the moment I would not be able to ponder. I would not have the time. Maybe even the Horse Lords of Umo coming in to just finish the Serpent's Fangs could be a shout. Yeah, just to make sure that that's done. And then he can sort of gather his, because I think this is lost, but if he can sort of gather his forces here and then think about holding the hilltop. Hiripeng breaking, these Hiripeng are probably breaking too. Oh no, they've been gathered up and gutted. Ents, they've left the Scourge Raiders. Fair enough. What are these axe throwers going for now? A few Greenwood Rangers? No way can you reach that. No. A few Greenwood Rangers rattling shots. Those Dark Pillars are back. Funny. Yeah, just firing to whatever you really can at this point. Just try and get your ammunition used. Warg Riders still at 9. Few Wardens of Illusterian remaining. Well, that was a little bit strange. My my laptop just decided not to recognize my mic for a second, but that's okay. Nice. Yeah, so that was a defeat from one of the players. I suspect Mirkwood. Yeah, because we've still got the Lindon forces battling here. This has been a surprise, to be sure. That was quite a change. I think that the boys definitely, they held their cool very nicely. I think that, of course, it was, in my mind, I think it was just kind of down to letting these shadows run riot for a lot longer than we really should have, and letting the Witchers survive for a bit too long. But once again, I'm kind of equating that down to, we didn't kill the Harad General, very nice. I'm kind of equating that down to, we were going through that at 0.6 speed for most of it. This is the speed that everybody in the battle would have been seeing it as, so we were able to sort of follow the Witchers a lot more closely. They wouldn't have. Maybe even, like, there have been times where I've been absent-minded enough, where I've been looking over at this side of the battlefield, Witchers have burned my front line over here. By the time I look back, they've stopped shooting. And I'm just like, wow, that didn't go in my favour. and I'm not even sure why. Oh, okay, of course he surrendered. This Ent would have fought to the death. Ents are locked morale. But yeah, it wouldn't have really been a massive game changer. I think, for a long time though, I still think it was winnable for the elves. I think it was, not to keep harping on about the Horse Lords of Ulmo, but maybe, oh wow, Warg? What the heck? Well done, and this guy just spun around and just lance charged the charging Warg. I think that even toward the end, it was winnable for the elves. And I think the Horse Lords of Ulmo would have maybe been the part of that. I think we were focusing a bit too much on the Good and Bad Guard. We didn't really chase those. I think we could have done with maybe chasing for just 30 seconds. Had we chased the Angmar, Guardians of Carn-Dûm that routed, had we just chased them down from 70 to like 40, maybe they wouldn't have come back. And I think the Ballista, I'm not exactly sure what happened with the Ballista at the start. Maybe it was, you've got to keep in mind, I was saying this video a long time ago. Thanatos would have told me all the details about it, but I can't quite remember. So the Ballista was maybe not allowed, or I'm just unsure why it wasn't shot. Because one shot can just ruin a what are the Oliphants or Mumakil? Yeah, can absolutely rattle them. So let's have a quick look through. Wow, Thanatos' army was a lot bigger than I thought it was. I guess he did have like 2 beefy units of stalkers and 2 units of marauders, but still. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Witchers 414, every one of them an elf as well, so that's very impressive. The Wargs dancing around. Scourge Raiders not racking up as many kills as you'd imagine, but you keep in mind they were generally throwing at the elders of the Elven King and battling the Ents too. So that's sort of why. Wow, quite impressive from that bottom group of Angmar Marauders. I guess it's the Halberds as well, buffing up the numbers. Those poor stalkers. But yeah, it is what it is. Very, very nice. Blackguard coming in, yeah, they really would have been a powerhouse at the end if they had anything that they needed to rattle into. I think as well as that, it was just the, it was just the amount of cav that the Mirkwood brought. I think that had we, instead of bringing that, had we just had some Hirioth, yeah, just had 2 Superiorth, like that's not going to go down. Or maybe even the occasional armor upgrade for the Elven forces as well, that could have been. Or Elven King Palace Guard, just an Elven King Palace Guard unit in the front line there. As long as it's not getting hit by Witchers, wow, there's nothing that the orcs could have really thrown at it to beat it. But no, that was super fun actually. I really enjoyed that, and I don't think like nobody played badly there. That was they're all decently well-known players at this point in the past even as well. So no, everybody did good. So thank you guys, and I'll see you later.